Hello and welcome to my review of Starvation 3. is one of my favorite trap rappers. Last year, I really liked Starvation 2. He blends some bragging and some of that trap ignorant shit with social commentary, as well as having just this rock solid flow, the good. To add to his turn up tracks, he has some social commentary tracks, most obviously Boys in the Hood, talking about a young boy getting influenced, sucked into the street life, going on with his homies, and then getting gunned down in the end. Hip Hop is another song that falls out of his normal formula. It's sample based, soulful. It's got this hip hop love metaphor going on, which is far from original, but it is pulled off fairly well. I know he's gone over soulful production before, but he's not famous for it. Other than that, he has this banging trap production by the likes of Renegades, Cool and Dre, Beat Bully, and others, with braggadocious, stuntin', and street talk. That's what makes this tape, and other than his new sound and his experiments, which are a little bit more interesting, like the Fear intro, Home Invasion on Home Invasion. You have a really good verse by Ace Hood, then Ace Hood goes rapping in a Jamaican accent for a couple of bars, and then he goes on to normal. Then you get a pretty strong Vado verse with all of that wordplay, and then you have a really good produced Cool and Dre track. It goes a little bit far further away from the trap production, but it's still in that style and has a really good sampled hook, which really does not blend into the rest of the song. It does give this song something special. Now going on to the bad. The last couple of songs, he changes up his formula. He goes softer. Save us, Ace Hood asks for the Lord for help. Tears, he goes and talks about his family and his wishes. And Skip the Talk is a typical club song for the girls. All three songs are not that to my liking. They are slower. They overall try to make an emotional impact. But Ace Hood isn't that rapper, and he really does not pull it off extremely well. You can tell a sad hood tale, but not this type of emotional. It just doesn't do it. It sounds try-hard and emo. For the trap sound on this tape, it just sounds like a throwaway. The beats overall are not that outstanding. Jamaica sounds like he lifted the flow from So Sophisticated by Rick Ross. The bell from Bust Guns has been overused a lot of times, and Brother's Keeper, that piano isn't quite right. In general, overall, his flows are not that interesting, his wordplay as well, and that just lessens the impact of these tracks. It doesn't have the same quality of bangers, or not the amount of bangers like Going Down or Fuck 'Em off Starvation 2. Overall, we get a lesser project than we've heard from Ace Hood. His trap sound sounds like more of his B material or leftovers from previous projects, and his experiments are hit or miss, but mostly fail as well. Luckily, there's some tracks which do make this project mediocre. We've heard better from him, and if you aren't into Ace Hood, check out one of his previous tapes. If you're a fan of his, you can find some gems on here. 3 out of 5.